British swimmer Adam Peaty has made a startling claim about the conditions in the Olympic Village, stating that worms were found in the food provided to athletes. Peaty, a highly decorated swimmer known for his dominance in breaststroke events, expressed his concerns publicly, drawing attention to what he described as unacceptable and potentially hazardous food standards at such a high-profile international event. He shared his experience, detailing the shock and disgust he felt upon discovering the worms in his meal, which he believes underscores a significant oversight in food safety and quality control within the Olympic Village. This revelation has sparked a wave of reactions, both from fellow athletes and the general public. Many have expressed their outrage and disbelief, questioning how such a lapse could occur in an environment that is supposed to support the world's elite athletes. Some athletes have come forward to corroborate Peaty's claims, sharing their own experiences with substandard food and inadequate living conditions during the Games. These testimonies suggest that Peaty's experience might not be an isolated incident but part of a broader issue affecting the overall quality of athlete accommodations and provisions. Comparing this situation to other large-scale international events, it's evident that maintaining high standards of hygiene and food safety is a critical challenge. For instance, the 2016 Rio Olympics faced similar scrutiny when reports surfaced about unsanitary conditions and safety concerns in the athletes' village. Such incidents highlight the immense logistical complexities and the high stakes involved in organizing events of this magnitude. Ensuring that thousands of athletes from various countries are adequately housed, fed, and supported requires meticulous planning and execution, and any failure in these areas can lead to significant backlash and reputational damage. Adam Peaty's claims also bring to mind other instances where food safety has been compromised in large institutions or events. Schools, hospitals, and even high-end restaurants have faced public scrutiny when food-borne illnesses or contamination issues arise. These situations often lead to calls for stricter regulations, better oversight, and more rigorous inspections to prevent recurrence. In the case of the Olympic Village, the implications are even more pronounced given the global spotlight and the expectation that athletes should be provided with optimal conditions to perform at their best. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, and the organizing committee of the Games have yet to provide a detailed response to Peaty's allegations. However, it is likely that these claims will prompt an immediate review of the food supply chain and quality control measures in place at the Olympic Village. Ensuring that athletes receive safe and nutritious meals is not just a matter of comfort but a crucial aspect of their performance and of overall well-being. Peaty's outspoken stance on this issue highlights his commitment not only to his own health but also to the well-being of his fellow competitors. By bringing this problem to light, he is advocating for higher standards and greater accountability, which could lead to meaningful improvements in the future. His actions reflect a broader trend among athletes who are increasingly using their platforms to speak out on issues ranging from mental health to social justice and now, food safety. In conclusion, Adam Peaty's claim about finding worms in the food at the Olympic Village has shed light on a significant and concerning issue. It serves as a reminder of the challenges involved in hosting large-scale international events and the critical importance of maintaining high standards of hygiene and food safety. As the situation develops, it will be crucial for the responsible authorities to address these concerns transparently and effectively, ensuring that all athletes can compete in a safe and supportive environment. Peaty's advocacy in this matter underscores the growing role of athletes in championing better conditions and practices in sports and beyond. British swimmer Adam Peaty has made a shocking claim that worms were found in the food provided to athletes at the Olympic Village. This revelation has raised serious concerns about the quality and safety of the food being served to the world's top athletes during one of the most prestigious sporting events. Peaty, who is renowned for his record-breaking performances in the pool and his dedication to his sport, did not hold back in expressing his outrage and disbelief over the incident. He emphasized that such lapses in food safety are unacceptable and pose a significant risk to the health and performance of athletes. Peaty's public statement about this incident has sparked widespread reactions from both fellow athletes and the public. Many have voiced their support for Peaty, sharing their own experiences with subpar conditions in the Olympic Village. Some athletes have described similar encounters with poor quality food and unsanitary living conditions, suggesting that Peaty's experience may not be an isolated case. This has led to a broader discussion about the overall standards of athlete accommodations and the measures in place to ensure their well-being during the Games. This situation is reminiscent of other high-profile events where logistical and operational failures have led to public outcry. For instance, during the 2016 Rio Olympics, there were numerous reports of unsanitary conditions, unfinished construction, and security concerns within the athletes' village. These issues cast a shadow over the Games and highlighted the immense challenges of organizing such a large-scale event. Similarly, Peaty's claim about the presence of worms in the food underscores the critical importance of rigorous quality control and hygiene standards, especially when it comes to the nutrition and safety of elite athletes. Food safety is a fundamental aspect of athlete care, as the quality of their diet directly impacts their health, performance, and recovery. Contaminated food can lead to illnesses that could jeopardize an athlete's ability to compete and potentially derail years of training and preparation. The implications of Peaty's claims extend beyond just the immediate disgust and discomfort. They raise questions about the effectiveness of the food safety protocols in place and the oversight of the vendors supplying food to the Olympic Village. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, and the local organizing committee are likely to face intense scrutiny as they investigate these allegations. Ensuring that the food provided to athletes meets the highest standards of safety and nutrition is not just a matter of logistical competence but also of maintaining the integrity and reputation of the Games. The response to Peaty's claims will be closely watched, as it will reflect the organizers' commitment to addressing and rectifying such serious issues. Peaty's decision to speak out about this incident is indicative of a broader trend among athletes who are increasingly using their platforms to advocate for better conditions and greater accountability in sports. Athletes today are more vocal about their rights and the standards they expect, whether it relates to mental health support, anti-doping measures, or, as in this case, food safety. Peaty's advocacy highlights the evolving role of athletes as not just competitors but also as influential voices driving positive change in the sports world. Moreover, Peaty's claims have ignited discussions about the broader implications of food safety at large events. Schools, hospitals, and other institutions regularly face challenges in maintaining high standards of food hygiene, and incidents of contamination can have serious consequences. In the context of the Olympics, where the stakes are incredibly high and the spotlight is global, any failure in this area is magnified. This incident underscores the need for stringent oversight and continuous improvement in food safety practices. In conclusion, Peaty's assertion that worms were found in the food at the Olympic Village has brought to light a critical issue that demands immediate attention. This situation serves as a stark reminder of the challenges involved in hosting large-scale international events and the paramount importance of ensuring the highest standards of hygiene and food safety. The response from the IOC and the local organizing committee will be crucial in addressing these concerns and restoring confidence in the safety and quality of the accommodations provided to athletes. Peaty's courageous stance not only brings attention to this specific incident but also underscores the broader responsibility to safeguard the health and well-being of all athletes competing on the world stage. British swimmer Peaty's shocking claim about finding worms in the food served at the Olympic Village has sent ripples through the sporting community and beyond, raising serious questions about the conditions faced by athletes at one of the most prestigious sporting events in the world. Peaty, a multiple Olympic gold medalist and world record holder in breaststroke events, did not mince words when expressing his disgust and concern over the incident, highlighting the potentially hazardous implications of such a food safety lapse. His allegations have brought to light the critical issue of maintaining high standards of hygiene and food quality in environments where athletes' performance and health are paramount. Peaty's public denunciation of the food standards at the Olympic Village has elicited a wave of reactions, both from fellow athletes who have experienced similar issues and from the public who are astonished that such conditions could exist at an event of this magnitude. Numerous athletes have come forward, echoing Peaty's concerns and sharing their own stories of encountering substandard food and unsanitary conditions, suggesting that his experience is part of a broader, systemic problem rather than an isolated incident. This has sparked a wider conversation about the responsibilities of the event organizers and the measures in place to ensure the well-being of the athletes. Reflecting on the broader context of large-scale international events, Peaty's experience is not unprecedented. The 2016 Rio Olympics, for instance, faced significant criticism over the subpar conditions in the athletes' village, including issues with unfinished infrastructure and inadequate sanitation. Such instances underscore the immense logistical challenges involved in hosting events of this scale, where the aim is to provide seamless accommodation, nutrition, and support to thousands of athletes from around the globe. The recurrence of such issues highlights the need for continuous improvement in planning, execution, and oversight to prevent similar lapses in the future. Food safety is a cornerstone of athlete care, as their diet directly impacts their health, performance, and recovery. The presence of contaminants like worms in food can lead to serious health issues, jeopardizing athletes' ability to compete and undermining years of training and preparation. This raises pressing questions about the food supply chain and quality control measures implemented at the Olympic Village. The allegations made by Peaty will likely prompt a thorough investigation into the food vendors and the processes they follow, ensuring that such lapses are identified and rectified swiftly. The response from the International Olympic Committee, IOC, and the local organizing committee will be critical in addressing these concerns. Their actions will be closely monitored, as they need to demonstrate a commitment to upholding the highest standards of safety and hygiene. Ensuring that the food provided to athletes is safe and nutritious is not only a logistical necessity but also a matter of preserving the integrity and reputation of the Olympic Games. The way the authorities handle this situation will be indicative of their dedication to maintaining these standards and their responsiveness to athletes' concerns. Peaty's decision to go public with his experience reflects a broader trend among athletes who are increasingly using their platforms to advocate for better conditions and greater accountability in sports. This growing activism among athletes is seen in various domains, from mental health awareness to social justice issues, and now, food safety. Peaty's advocacy is part of a larger movement where athletes are not only focusing on their performance but also on the conditions that affect their peers, calling for systemic changes to improve the overall environment in which they compete. Furthermore, Peaty's allegations have prompted discussions about food safety at large events and institutions more broadly. Incidents of food contamination are not limited to sports, they occur in schools, hospitals, and other facilities, often leading to public outcry and calls for stricter regulations. In the context of the Olympics, where the global spotlight is intense, any lapse in food safety protocols can have far-reaching consequences. This incident underscores the necessity for rigorous oversight, meticulous planning, and the implementation of best practices in food safety to protect all participants. In conclusion, Peaty's claim of finding worms in the food at the Olympic Village has shone a spotlight on a significant and concerning issue. It serves as a reminder of the critical importance of maintaining high standards of hygiene and food safety in large-scale international events. The ensuing investigation and response from the IOC and the organizing committee will be pivotal in addressing these concerns and ensuring that athletes can compete in a safe and supportive environment. Peaty's courageous stance not only brings necessary attention to this specific incident but also underscores the broader responsibility to safeguard the health and well-being of athletes on the world stage. This incident could potentially lead to meaningful changes and improvements in how food safety is managed at future sporting events, ensuring that the well-being of athletes is always a top priority. British swimmer Adam Peaty's startling claim about discovering worms in the food provided at the Olympic Village has ignited significant concern and scrutiny. Peaty, a renowned Olympic gold medalist and world record holder, expressed his shock and dismay over the incident, underscoring the unacceptable nature of such food safety lapses in a setting designed to support elite athletes. This revelation has spurred a wave of reactions, with many athletes and the general public expressing outrage and disbelief that such a breach could occur at an event of this caliber. Numerous athletes have since come forward, sharing similar experiences of encountering substandard food and poor living conditions, suggesting that Peaty's encounter might be part of a larger systemic issue rather than an isolated incident. This situation mirrors other high-profile events where logistical and operational failures have led to significant public outcry. A pertinent comparison can be drawn with the infamous case of the Fire Festival, a Douai-Mille-des-As luxury music festival that promised high-end accommodations and gourmet food but delivered 10-cent pre-packaged sandwiches. Much like the Fire Festival, which became synonymous with poor planning and deceptive practices, the Olympic Village food incident highlights the disparity between expectations and reality. Both cases demonstrate the consequences of inadequate preparation and the failure to meet promised standards, leading to widespread dissatisfaction and damage to reputations. The Fire Festival, organized by entrepreneur Billy McFarland and rapper Ja Rule, was marketed as an exclusive, luxurious event on a private island, with high-profile musical acts and top-tier amenities. However, attendees arrived to find disaster relief tents instead of the promised villas, and meals consisted of basic sandwiches rather than gourmet cuisine. The backlash was immediate and intense, with attendees taking to social media to share their dismay and frustration, leading to multiple lawsuits and criminal charges against the organizers. The festival's failure became a cautionary tale about the importance of logistical planning, transparency, and delivering on promises. Similarly, Peaty's claim about the presence of worms in the Olympic Village food has shone a light on the critical importance of food safety and hygiene standards in the context of large-scale international events. Food safety is a fundamental aspect of athlete care, as the quality of their diet directly impacts their health, performance, and recovery. Contaminated food can lead to illnesses that jeopardize an athlete's ability to compete, potentially undermining years of training and preparation. The implications of Peaty's allegations extend beyond immediate disgust and discomfort, raising serious questions about the effectiveness of the food safety protocols in place at the Olympic Village and the oversight of vendors supplying food. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, and the local organizing committee are likely to face significant scrutiny as they investigate these allegations. Ensuring that the food provided to athletes meets the highest standards of safety and nutrition is not just a matter of logistical competence but also of maintaining the integrity and reputation of the Games. The response to Peaty's claims will be closely monitored, reflecting the organizers' commitment to addressing and rectifying such serious issues. It is essential that they take swift and transparent action to restore confidence in the safety and quality of the accommodations and provisions provided to athletes. Peaty's decision to publicly address this issue is part of a broader trend among athletes who are increasingly using their platforms to advocate for better conditions and greater accountability in sports. Athletes today are more vocal about their rights and the standards they expect, whether related to mental health support, anti-doping measures, or, as in this case, food safety. Peaty's advocacy highlights the evolving role of athletes as influential voices driving positive change in the sports world, pushing for systemic improvements that benefit all competitors. Moreover, Peaty's allegations have prompted discussions about food safety at large events and institutions more broadly. Food contamination incidents are not limited to sports, they occur in schools, hospitals, and other facilities, often leading to public outcry and calls for stricter regulations. In the context of the Olympics, where the global spotlight is intense, any lapse in food safety protocols can have far-reaching consequences. This incident underscores the necessity for rigorous oversight, meticulous planning, and the implementation of best practices in food safety to protect all participants. In conclusion, Peaty's claim of finding worms in the food at the Olympic Village has brought to light a critical issue that demands immediate attention. This situation serves as a stark reminder of the challenges involved in hosting large-scale international events and the paramount importance of maintaining high standards of hygiene and food safety. The ensuing investigation and response from the IOC and the organizing committee will be pivotal in addressing these concerns and ensuring that athletes can compete in a safe and supportive environment. Peaty's courageous stance not only brings necessary attention to this specific incident but also underscores the broader responsibility to safeguard the health and well-being of athletes on the world stage. This incident, much like the Fire Festival debacle, serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of planning, oversight, and accountability, potentially leading to meaningful changes and improvements in how food safety is managed at future sporting events.